Hi everybody, Saturday evening, it's time to make some soap. I'm going to, I'm going to do something I've wanted to do for a long time. I'm going to do basically 4 colors, but I'm going to use some scent oils to do some other colors. I want to do what's called the spoon plop, where you get a really super thick pudding trays. I'm going to use black oxide for one. I'm going to use Brambleberry's espresso to make a dark brown. I'm going to use their oatmeal milk and honey to make a tan, and titanium dioxide to make a white. So I'm going to get my soap split into 4 colors. I'm going to use this particular mold, and just in no particular random order or shape. It's going to be very, very uncoordinated, just plop, plop, plop different colors. So here we go. This is a favorite recipe of mine. Regardless of how the soap looks, this is going to be great soap. I've used this recipe many times and it's always a favorite of mine. Here we go. Get a light emulsification. Split it into 4 containers, put my colors, scents, etc. into them and start plopping. The black is going to have the espresso, and the brown will be made by the espresso. The tan will be made by the oatmeal milk and honey. The white will be unscented. So actually when I cut this tomorrow, it's not going to look like a whole lot because the scent oils will not have done their thing. But let's just go ahead and get started. Get an emulsification, divide it into 4 containers. I'll definitely stick blend some more. Okay, that's good to start. Get 4 relatively equal. It doesn't have to be exact. Close is absolutely good enough. And this recipe is bigger than what that mold will hold. So I know I'm going to have some extra, and that's fine because I will just spoon plop it into one of my muffin molds. Alright, just leave that to sit up and saponify and turn into soap. So on the end is going to have my titanium dioxide, and generally I do pre-mix my colorants. I'm not this time because it's going to be quite a good bit of stick blending. So there's the white that will be unscented. This one will have the oatmeal milk and honey for the tan, so no colorant. This one and will have the espresso to make a dark brown. This will have black plus the espresso. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of black into this one. And once again, I'm not pre-mixing my colorants or dispersing them in oil because I'm going to do a pretty good amount of stick blending, so it's just not really necessary. So let me get that under the head of the stick blender, burp it, and mix it in. This one's going to be the tan, so there's the oatmeal, milk, and honey. No other colorant needed. It will do its own thing. I'm going to put half of the espresso into this one and let it do its thing. This espresso generally turns it sort of a golden yellow at first until it cures, and then it starts to turn it the really nice brown. And I'm going to put the rest of it in here. Actually, I'm going to get that black in first, and then I'll add the color and stick blend it. Then put the scent in. Stick blend a little more. And I'm ready to start plopping. Nice thick pudding-like trace, which is what I want with this. So set those back just a little. I have a spoon for each. And I'm just going to kind of start with the black. Once again, this is just no really random order or shape, anything. I'll try my best not to overlay colors. Going to be a lot of tapping with this because of the thick trace. See, that's already turned it that kind of orange-like, or excuse me, that golden-like, buttery-like. But that will get really nice and dark brown. I'm liking the look of this already. There's definitely going to be a lot of pounding with this to get it laid down like I want. It's really thickening up on me, so I got to work kind of fast. Let's get some white in there. Really get it thick. Tap it on the floor. But this is sort of what I was wanting. Liking the look of it so far. But it's starting to get so thick, as I sort of predicted it might, that I'm losing the plop. So what I think I'm going to do is go ahead. Yep, I'm going to have to go ahead and start getting a bit of a top on it. I'm going to have a lot of black in my muffin mold. Now what I'll do, now that the mold's full, we'll tap it one more time on the floor. Okay, let me get my spillover mold. I'll put a top on that in just a minute because that can work and get nice and thick, and it will be perfectly fine. And I knew I was going to have a lot of leftover, and that's fine. I had planned on it. So let me just kind of get this black smeared down in there. Try to get as many air bubbles out as possible. And then we'll put the white on some. And then we'll put the tan on some. And what will be the dark brown. These smooth down just a little bit. And a bit of white. That's alright. This little bit of black will be mine. I'm going to set that aside. Now this is really setting up, but I knew it would. And all I want to do is just go ahead and work just a little bit on the top, even though it's really nice and firm. Just kind of try to get a little bit of a peak on it. And that's all I'm going to be able to do. Then we will take our rubbing alcohol and obviously spray the top with it to help prevent soda ash. I'll let that form a top, come back in about 5 minutes, cover it again, then I will cover it. Hopefully it'll go through a really super hot gel, and I'll see you tomorrow for the cutting. This actually has not turned out exactly what I wanted, and I wasn't sure it would or not. Those aren't going to be great. I'll trim those up when I get them. That solid black will be mine to test it. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow for the cutting. Thanks everybody. Bye.